Good morning, beloved. Before anything else happens today, before the rush, the demands, or even the noise, pause for just a moment. Breathe and hear this. You are not alone. Not now. Not in this storm. Not in this silence. Not in this hour when your soul feels too tired to rise. God sees you. And if you need a sign, let this be it. Right now, in this very moment, heaven leans in. Not with condemnation, not with judgment, but with arms wide open. God is near to the weary, close to the crushed, and attentive to the prayer that rises not from polished words, but from trembling hearts. So before we begin, I want to ask you to do something simple, but powerful. Write in the comments the name of someone who needs prayer today. Type Amen if your heart is open to what God will speak. Glorify the Lord with a comment if this prayer speaks to your soul. This isn't just a video. This is a sacred moment, a turning point, a holy conversation between your spirit and the God who shaped it. Now let your heart open wide. Let the walls down. Let the tears rise if they must, because what you're about to feel is peace returning. God is here. I have set the Lord always before me, because he is at my right hand. I shall not be moved. Psalm 16:8. That verse is not just a verse, it's a foundation. It means that even when your world trembles, you don't have to. Even when plans fall through or people walk away or the path seems lost beneath your feet, you will not be moved because God is near. He is at your right hand. Not behind you in regret, not ahead of you in fear, but beside you, present, steadfast, and sure. Lord, today I set you before me, before my thoughts, before my emotions, before my decisions, my doubts, and my distractions. I set you above the anxiety that tries to pull me under. I set you above the weight I carry in silence. I set you before my ambitions, my fears, and my longing to be seen, because I know you already see me. Let this be a day when I don't just believe you're near, but live like it. Let this be a day when I walk not in reaction to the world, but in response to your presence. Because in your presence, the shattered are rebuilt, the unseen are embraced, and the lost are led home. There are moments, God, when my soul feels like it's drifting. When I wake up and the air feels heavy before I've even spoken a word. When I walk through familiar places and still feel out of place. When I smile on the outside but ache deep within. And yet, even there, you meet me. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34:18. That promise wraps around me like a blanket. It reminds me that I don't have to pretend. I don't have to perform. I don't have to be perfect. Because you, Lord, draw close not to the proud, but to the broken. So I bring you my broken places, the ones I don't talk about, the fears I bury beneath busy schedules, the shame I cover with forced strength, the grief I hide behind good intentions. God, I invite you into every hidden room of my heart. Walk through the doors I've locked, open the windows I've sealed. Sweep out the lies I've believed, the ones that told me I'm too much or not enough. Let your light expose what I've kept in the dark, and let your mercy restore what I thought was beyond repair. Because you don't run from mess. You step into it and make it holy ground. As I step into this day, Lord, I confess that sometimes I move like I'm on my own, like it's all on me, like the outcome depends on my hustle, my wisdom, my strength. But I'm reminded of your word. It is not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord. Zechariah 4:6. So I lay down the illusion of control. I surrender the pressure to fix it all, to carry it all, to be it all. I breathe out striving and breathe in surrender. Let my strength today be your spirit. Let my wisdom be your whisper. Let my confidence come not from what I see, but from who I know. And I know you are faithful. Your spirit is not distant, not passive, not indifferent. Your spirit is alive within me. So when fear creeps in, remind me that I am not weak, I am held. When worry shouts loud, remind me that your voice is louder. When weariness weighs me down, remind me that your strength is made perfect in my weakness. God, even now I feel you speaking peace, a stillness rising in my chest, a quiet knowing that I'm not forgotten, that I'm not behind, that I'm not broken beyond healing, because you, Lord, are the healer of hearts and the restorer of souls. You don't just watch from heaven, you walk with me. You walked with the rejected, the forgotten, the grieving, the ashamed. You touched lepers when no one else would. You sat with outcasts. You welcomed the ones the world cast aside, and that means you welcome me. You meet me not when I have it all together, but exactly as I am. So I come to you not polished, but real. I come to you not pretending, but open. I come to you not strong, but surrendered. There is something sacred in surrender, something beautiful in admitting that I need you, that I can't do this alone, that I was never meant to. So I stop running, I stop striving, I stop trying to outrun my need. I let it pull me straight into your arms, because there I find rest. There remains then a Sabbath rest for the people of God. For anyone who enters God's rest also rests from their works, just as God did from his. Hebrews 4:9-10. Let this be my Sabbath moment, right now, right here. Let my soul exhale. Let my thoughts slow. Let my spirit rise. God, I don't need all the answers. I don't need every problem solved. I just need to know you're with me, and in this stillness I do. You are here, in the silence, in the pause, in the breath between worries. You are the voice that calms storms with a word, the hand that catches tears, the presence that makes fire feel like safety and valleys feel like victory. Let this day be a declaration, not of my strength but of your presence, not of my control but of your care, not of my plans but of your peace. God, help me recognize you in the ordinary, in the laughter of my children, in the scent of morning coffee, in the light through my window, in the kindness of a stranger, in the breath in my lungs, because all of it is grace. Let me live aware, not distracted, not numb, not anxious, but present, fully present, because when I'm present, I remember that you are too. You never leave, you never sleep, you never grow weary of carrying what weighs me down. And when the night comes, when the shadows stretch long and silence fills the room, I'll still remember that you have surrounded me, that you sing over me, that you send angels to guard me, that nothing can separate me from your love. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Psalm 91:11. So whether I'm standing in light or walking through darkness, I am not alone. Whether I'm speaking boldly or sitting in silence, I am not forgotten. Whether I feel strong or feel like I'm falling apart, you are with me, and that is enough. That has always been enough. But just as I begin to settle into this peace, just as I start to feel safe again, I sense something deeper stirring, something beneath the stillness, a whisper calling me to trust not just in comfort, but in courage. Because peace is not always passive. Sometimes peace asks me to move, to rise, to forgive what feels unforgivable, to let go of what I've clung to too tightly, to take one more step even when I don't see the ground beneath me. And that's when I realize God's presence isn't just here to comfort me, it's here to change me. It begins not with a shout, but a whisper, a stirring so quiet yet undeniable. Something deep in the soul begins to shift, not because the storm has passed, but because the heart has changed in the midst of it. That's what happens when we encounter real peace. Not the kind the world gives, temporary and fragile, but the kind that settles into your bones, the kind that wraps itself around your doubts like armor, the kind that doesn't just sit with you in the dark, but calls you out of it. It says, you don't have to stay where sorrow met you. Because grace didn't come to build a shelter in your pit. Grace came to lead you out. But maybe you're afraid of the first step. You've grown used to the ache, used to the heaviness, used to living under the weight of unanswered prayers. You've built a routine around disappointment. You've memorized the voices that told you to settle, to stop hoping, to expect less. But today, the Spirit of God is confronting those voices. Today, He's calling you by a new name, not forgotten, not unworthy, not too broken, but chosen, carried, called. You are not a prisoner of the past. You are not defined by delay. You are not disqualified by your mistakes. Listen to this truth. For the Lord will go before you, and the God of Israel will be your rear guard. Isaiah 52:12. He is not only walking with you, He's surrounding you, going before you to clear the path, standing behind you to protect your back, holding your sides when you feel like you might fall apart. You are hemmed in by holy protection, so even if you step with trembling legs, you're not stepping alone. God, today I take the first step, not because I feel brave, but because I trust that you are. I trust that you see the whole road, not just the corner I'm turning. I trust that you know where healing begins, even when I've forgotten what wholeness feels like. I trust that you're still writing my story, even when I've been stuck rereading the same painful chapter. Lead me, Lord. Let me hear your voice louder than fear, louder than shame, louder than the echo of my failures, because you still speak. Even now, in this silence, your voice is the one that calms chaos. You are not just the God of peace, you are the Prince of it. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. John 14:27. That kind of peace is not based on external ease. It's born in eternal presence. It walks with you into diagnosis rooms. It holds your hand during sleepless nights. It sits beside you in crowded places where you feel invisible. It stands with you in quiet kitchens while tears fall over unanswered prayers. It travels with you to funerals and courtrooms and waiting rooms, and it never leaves. God, let that peace rise in me now, like a river that floods dry land, like a wind that silences doubt, like a blanket that wraps around wounds I haven't yet dared to name. There are things I haven't healed from, and you know them. There are places I still feel abandoned, and you see them. There are memories I've tried to bury, but you are not afraid to unearth them, because you don't expose pain to shame me. You reveal it to heal me. So I open my heart wide. I invite you into the rooms I've kept locked for years, into the thoughts I don't speak aloud, into the bitterness I've justified, into the sadness I've normalized. God, do what only you can do. Not just comfort me, but transform me. I don't want temporary relief. I want deep renewal. I don't want a quick fix. I want holy restoration. I don't want a better mood. I want a new mind. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2. Renew me, Lord, not just the surface, not just my behavior, but my perspective, my reactions, my assumptions, my expectations. Let your truth cut through the fog of lies I've believed. Let your light enter the shadows I've learned to navigate in silence. Let your mercy undo what fear tried to build in me. Let me believe again, not with the cautious heart of someone who's been burned, but with the boldness of someone who's been born again. You are not just my help. You are my hope. And hope changes everything. Hope holds the mother whose child hasn't come home. Hope steadies the hands of a father looking for work. Hope wakes the weary one who's cried through the night. Hope doesn't deny the pain. It just refuses to end the story there. Let us hold unswervingly to the hope we profess, for he who promised is faithful. Hebrews 10:23. You are faithful, God, not because I always feel it, not because life always looks like it, but because your word has never failed. Your record is flawless. Your timing is perfect. And even in silence, you are faithful. You are faithful in the waiting, when the answer delays and the door stays shut. You are faithful in the detour, when plans fall apart and I lose what I thought I needed. You are faithful in the disappointment, when my tears feel wasted and my heart feels too tired to try again. Still, you are faithful. So help me hold on, not to the outcome, but to you. Help me let go of my version of how things should go, and make room for the miracles I can't yet see, because sometimes the best gifts don't come wrapped in my expectations. Sometimes they come disguised in detours. Sometimes they come through wilderness, but lead to promised land. So don't let me give up too early, God. Don't let me forfeit the future you planned because the present feels too painful. Remind me, I'm closer than I think. You're working more than I see. You're faithful beyond what I can measure. Lord, some days I feel like I'm walking through fire. The pressure, the criticism, the invisible battles, the weight of being strong for others, the exhaustion of being misunderstood, the fear of being too much or not enough. But even in the fire, you are here. And your word tells me, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. Isaiah 43:2. You didn't promise I wouldn't face fire, but you promised I'd never face it alone. So I walk forward, not in fear, not in defeat, but with the quiet confidence of someone covered in grace. Let this be the day I stop living small. Let this be the hour I release what no longer serves the calling you placed in me. Let this be the season I no longer apologize for carrying the light. Because even in this dark world, even in the ruins, even in the rubble, even in the grief, you still raise beauty from ashes. You still bring joy in the morning. You still resurrect what looked like death. And just when the enemy whispers that it's over, just when my emotions scream that it's too late, just when the door slams and the silence grows, I feel it. Not a loud bang, not an earthquake, not a spotlight, but a gentle shift, a breeze of hope, a warmth I can't explain. The sense that something is beginning, right in the middle of what I thought was the end. It doesn't always look like a miracle at first. Sometimes it looks like breaking, like silence, like the kind of emptiness that echoes in the places where joy used to live. But what if the breaking isn't the end? What if it's the beginning? What if the empty space is not abandonment but preparation, not punishment but positioning? What if what feels like loss is actually making room for something greater? Unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds. John 12:24. That verse feels like truth I never asked for. Because who wants to fall? Who wants to be broken open? Who wants to be buried in dark places? But God, you see deeper than my pain. You know that growth often begins in the places where I feel buried. You know that glory often follows groaning. You know that resurrection never happens without surrender. So if you're asking me to release something today, to let go of what I've clung to, out of fear, out of pride, out of habit, I will. Not because it's easy, but because you are worthy. Because if something must die for more life to come, then let it be what's no longer serving your purpose in me. Let it be the bitterness I've nursed in silence. Let it be the fear that's disguised itself as control. Let it be the shame that tells me I'll never be more than my past. Let it be the lies that I've repeated to myself until I called them truth. Break what needs to break, Lord, and build something holy in its place. Because I trust you. I trust that you are the God who wastes nothing. Not a tear, not a scar, not a detour, not a delay. Every piece of my story matters to you. even the ones I wish I could erase. So let it all be redeemed, even my lowest moment, even my silent prayers, even my anxious thoughts, even the nights I couldn't sleep. God, take it all, the parts I offer and the parts I tried to hide, and breathe purpose into them. Let your spirit move through every broken place, every surrendered fear, every scarred memory, like rain falling on parched ground. Revive me, not with empty comfort, but with real transformation. Let the person who rises from this prayer look more like Jesus. Let the sound of my steps echo with grace. Let my voice speak words that heal instead of wound. Let my life become an altar, an offering, a testimony. Because you are not done with me, no matter what the enemy said, no matter what I lost, no matter who walked away, no matter how long it's taken, no matter how far I've wandered, you are still writing. And every chapter has your fingerprints on it. Lord, thank you for staying through every part of the story. You didn't leave when I doubted. You didn't give up when I stopped praying. You didn't withdraw when I was angry. You stayed. You held me when I didn't want to be held. You whispered truth when lies shouted loud. You comforted me when the world offered silence. Because that's who you are. You are not intimidated by brokenness. You are not disappointed by weakness. You are not overwhelmed by the size of the problem. You are Emmanuel, God with us. And not just in joy, not just in celebration, not just when the prayers are answered and the doors swing open. You are with us in the waiting. And that waiting, Lord, it can feel so long. It tests more than our patience. It tests our faith. We wonder if you're still listening, if you're still near, if the silence is your absence, or simply the sound of you working in the unseen. But today, I choose to believe. Even when I don't see it, even when I don't feel it, even when nothing around me has changed, I believe that you are still moving. I wait for the Lord, my whole being waits, and in his word I put my hope. Psalm 135. Let that be my anthem. Not hollow optimism, but hope grounded in your word. Hope that doesn't waver with circumstance. Hope that grows deeper when tested. Hope that looks up, even when the valley stretches wide. Lord, teach me to wait with worship, to wait without complaining, to wait without comparing, to wait as someone who knows you are worth waiting for. Let waiting become a place of intimacy, not frustration. Let it become a garden where roots grow deep and faith becomes unshakable. And in the waiting, even now, I thank you. Not because I have what I want, but because I have what I need. You. You've been enough before, and you'll be enough again. Let that truth steady me. Let it anchor my soul in the storm. Let it remind me that even the winds obey your voice. Even time bends to your will. Even the impossible becomes possible in your hands. So I take my hands off the clock. I take my heart off the altar of results. And I give you back the pen. Write the story your way. Not because I've given up, but because I've given in. To your wisdom, to your timing, to your kindness, to your sovereignty. God, help me live in this moment, not as someone fighting for control, but as someone confident in your control. Because you're not just a God of someday. You're the God of right now. Right now you are healing me. Right now you are fighting for me. Right now you are speaking over me, even if I don't hear it yet. Right now angels are moving on my behalf. Right now doors are being prepared to open. Right now peace is filling places that anxiety once ruled. Right now grace is rewriting what shame tried to define. Right now you are lifting my head, not because I'm strong, but because you are good. So I breathe deep, and I let go of the outcome, of the tension, of the weight I've carried. I inhale your promise. I exhale my fear. I inhale your peace. I exhale my striving. I inhale your joy. I exhale my sadness. You are in the air I breathe. You are in the stillness between heartbeats. You are in the pause between tears. You are here, and if you are here, I don't have to have the answers. If you are here, I don't have to figure it all out. If you are here, I can rest. I can sleep again without fear of tomorrow. I can walk again without dragging the weight of yesterday. I can speak again without shame choking my voice, because you make all things new. That includes me. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old has gone, the new is here. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Let that be the anthem of my heart today. The old is gone. The new is here, and I am not who I used to be. Let that truth be louder than the memories that haunt me. Let it be stronger than the accusations that follow me. Let it be brighter than the shadows that try to chase me. Because when you say I'm new, it's not just poetry. It's power. You don't do surface makeovers, you do resurrections. You take what's dead and call it to life. You take what's cold and make it burn with purpose. You take what's forgotten and crown it with glory. And just as I begin to understand what you're doing in me, just as the light starts to break through the cracks, just as I finally believe that I can rise again, I feel it. Not fear, not shame, but a calling. A pull on my soul that whispers, this healing isn't just for you. This healing isn't just for you. That thought lingers like a whisper that refuses to fade, not loud, not overwhelming, but steady, present, persistent. The kind of whisper that feels like truth. You weren't pulled out of the pit just to sit in peace alone. You weren't lifted just to live quiet. You weren't restored just to feel better. You were called, not in the way the world defines it, with platforms and applause, but in the deeper, eternal way, with purpose in your breath and heaven in your steps. God didn't just rescue you for your comfort, He rescued you for impact. You carry something now. You carry the presence of the one who met you in the storm and didn't let go. You carry a light that darkness can't comprehend. You carry the kind of peace that doesn't come from answers, but from intimacy. You've walked through fire and didn't come out smelling like smoke. You've been in valleys where silence screamed, and still you heard His voice. So now, someone needs what you've received. Someone is in the same place you once were, wondering if it's over, doubting if they matter, begging for a sign that God still sees. And your story might be their confirmation. You don't need a perfect past to be used. You just need to be available. Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Matthew 5:16. Let it shine, not for your name, not for attention, but for Him, the one who stayed. Let it shine in the way you forgive, in the way you speak, in the way you live unafraid of being real. Let it shine even through the cracks, especially through the cracks, because that's where His glory shows up most. You may not feel ready, but God isn't looking for polished. He's looking for surrendered. You are not too young, not too old, not too late, not too damaged. You are exactly where He knew you'd be when He whispered your name before the world began. So walk forward, not in your strength, but in His. And as you go, you'll begin to see. The miracle didn't stop when you got healed. It began when you decided to share it. Because this world doesn't just need sermons. It needs stories, real ones, like yours. The ones with valleys and doubts and questions, but also redemption. Let your life be one long, beautiful declaration. God is still good. God is still near. God still saves. And if you ever forget that, just breathe. Just look back. Just remember where He found you. And know, He's not done yet. If this prayer spoke to you, take one simple step of faith right now. Like this video. It helps us spread this message to more people. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss a moment of prayer. Leave a comment with the name of someone who needs this today. Your engagement can help someone else feel seen, known, and loved by God. Let's keep the fire of faith burning together.